Hey, what's going on, guys? It's FPL Yusuf, and welcome back to another video on my YouTube channel. Today, we're going to be looking ahead at the final group stage games of the season, coming into match day 3. We're going to be talking about the next round of fixtures coming to the knockout stages, players to be targeting, my confirmed transfers which I've made, and a whole lot more. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, welcome back, guys, to another video on my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So we're going to quickly just go over the previous game week, which is match day 2. At the time of recording, it's currently Saturday afternoon, so the match days 2 is still going on. So I've kind of left it as late as I possibly can to show you guys kind of how my team went this week. It was an all right game week. It was saved last night, luckily, by France's clean sheet, which was a little bit controversial, but we won't go into that. As you guys can see on screen, currently on 39 points. At the time of recording it, the Portugal game is just about to kick off, and obviously we have Cristiano Ronaldo, who is our captain for this last game week. We're kind of pinning a lot of hopes on him and his performance. Obviously, João Cancelo's there. We've got Kevin De Bruyne to play a bit later on as well. So we've still got, one or two big players to play, Ronaldo being the captaincy. But overall, it's been an okay game week. Like I said, it started off a little bit rough. Switzerland lost their clean sheet, and I kind of had a lot of hopes pinned on Akanji and Summer, keeping a clean sheet against Scotland. Akanji still did come back with some points, though. He got 3 bonus points for having played the match. So all in all, he got 7 points. A little bit disappointed from a few other players. England in particular, Jude Bellingham and Saka didn't really perform to the way I expected them to. England as a whole just weren't that great. Musiala come back with a little return as well. So all in all, it's been an okay game week. It's massively saved by last night with France's clean sheet. Or for me, a double clean sheet with Theo Hernandez and Mike Maignan. But yeah, overall, decent game week. Like I said, the Portugal game is about to kick off now, and we've got the Belgian one later. So still a few players left to play, as I'm sure some of you guys will have as well. So hopefully we can just finish this game week off on like a little bit more of a stronger note with some returns from the captaincy. But yeah, that is a brief overview of how my team's got on this week. We're going to get straight into the next part of the video now, which is going to be about my confirmed transfers. And just a heads up, I have confirmed them already. Okay, so I'm going to couple this part up into 2 parts. This part of the video is going to be one showing you my confirmed transfers. Now, I have made 3 transfers already, so 2 of them are free transfers, and I have taken a -4. So the first player I got rid of is Romelu Lukaku. Now, like I said at the start of the video, at the time of recording, Belgium haven't kicked off yet, so he may well have returned in his game for this week. The first game week that Belgium played, they didn't really look that great. He didn't look that great up front either. He was missing a lot of chances, and it just kind of, Lukaku at tournaments just seems to have this thing where he just gets an abundance of chances but can never convert them. So I have got rid of him, and I have brought in Lamine Yamal from Spain. And Spain have surprised, I think, not only me but like a lot of people with how good they've been. Yamal is looking like he's going to be their starting right-hand side player now, and he's been playing fantastically well for them. Against Italy, he was excellent. Him and Nico Williams, to be fair, it's very difficult to choose between both of them. But the reason why I did go for Lamine Yamal is he's only 6.5 million, which frees up a lot of money for me to make moves elsewhere. Now, getting on to the second transfer, the other transfer, and this is where I needed the extra money for, was I took out Abrashi from Albania, and I've moved him up to Ilkay Gundogan. Now, I would have liked to get to Jamal Musiala. I just didn't have the money to do so. And I thought Gundogan playing in that 10 role, he's probably on penalties. And obviously, in the first week when Germany had a penalty, Gundogan was off the pitch when Kai Havertz took it. So I'd imagine that Gundogan is their main penalty taker. But he's playing so well, and Germany are playing so well as well. The same way as Spain, I think they've surprised a few people with how good they've actually been. So I would have ideally liked to have all 3 Verts, Musiala and Gundogan, but yeah, sometimes needs are just must. And yeah, we've gone for Gundogan as the second one. And now the -4 that I've taken this week is I've got rid of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I've brought in Danny Carvajal. Now, it's not that I don't think England will keep clean sheets. They also play in Slovenia on Tuesday, which is a very good fixture actually on paper. But as we saw against Denmark, England were absolutely shocking. I think out of all the tournaments I've seen England play, and there have been some bad ones, South Africa in 2010, Brazil in 2014. But what I saw in that Denmark game was probably the poorest England side I have seen. And unfortunately for Trent, even though I think he's been made a little bit of a scapegoat in this, I don't actually think he's as bad as he's been labelled out to be. I do think he's going to be dropped. And I just couldn't guarantee him that starting place. Now, obviously, the week just gone, I had my Limitless chip active, which is why I had Kyle Walker playing. But obviously the team after Limitless reverts back to what it was in game week 1, and I did have Trent. So yeah, for me, Trent has come out, and I brought Carvajal in. They're playing Albania on the last game week. I do expect Spain to keep a clean sheet. My only concern is the rotation. Spain have won their first 2 games of the group, so they're guaranteed to go through. So the only slight concern was that would Spain rotate some of their players, rest like the likes of Yamal and Carvajal. Now, there's obviously a chance of that. Me personally, when making these transfers, this fantasy is so short. I've just gone for the players that I just feel like are the best. And, there's a fine balance between rotating players and also losing momentum in the team. So who knows? Who knows? It's one of those things that if they're rotated, they're rotated. We've got subs that we can sub in anyway, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, Carvajal being that third and final one, taking my grand total transfers just to a -4 with 3 of them this week. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to couple up this with another part, and the other part is going to be differential section. As you guys can see on the right hand side of the screen, they are my differentials on screen now. This one was a little bit tricky actually because, like I said, rotation was proving to be a factor. So the first one I've gone for is I've actually gone for Mark Gahey. Now, like I said, the only reason I got rid of Trent was not because I don't think England are going to keep a clean sheet, but because I think that Trent isn't going to play. Gahey has impressed me so much throughout this tournament. He's looked so good at centre back with John Stones. To be honest with you, he's looking like our best defender. And I do expect a response from England after the game against Denmark, and I do expect them to keep a clean sheet. Now, obviously, Slovenia do have Sesko up front, which is a little bit of a problem because he is very good. But for me personally, I just think that Gahey, at 4.5 million as well, very cheap defender. England will probably go through to the knockout stages. If they finish top, obviously, they will get a favourable draw. So having Gahey in there isn't a bad thing. But yeah, for me, first differential of the week, I've gone for Mark Gahey from England. The second differential I've gone for is I've gone for Cody Gakpo. Now, he played against France and he looked very impressive to me. As did Netherlands, they defended quite well. Like I said, very unfortunate not to actually win that game. They had a goal ruled out for offside, which to this day, I'm not even truthfully sure how that was given as offside or like blocking the keeper. I'm not sure what it was given for, but that goal should have standed. But I think Cody Gakpo was actually Netherlands' best attacker, so he is going to be in there for me. It was a toss up between him and Depay. Depay didn't really look too interesting against France, but Gakpo was causing problems. Every time he picked up the ball, he looked positive, and he kind of just showed what he can do and what we know he can do, what we've seen in glimpses in the Liverpool shirt. But for Netherlands, yeah, I think they need to win their last game, obviously, to try and go through top. Again, they should be pretty much qualified anyway, but I think Gakpo will start, and I think he's a very dangerous player. So yeah, Cody Gakpo being the number 2 differential for me. The number 3 differential I'm going for is Mr. Patrick Schick. Now, he's just scored in a 1-1 draw for his team. He's someone who is very underrated, actually. I think in the Bundesliga, he hasn't really had the plaudits that maybe he deserves. Very clinical finisher, obviously for the Czech Republic. I know they've had a very difficult group, and it's an awkward one for them because he is kind of like their main man. It's almost like the way Lewandowski is for Poland, or Aubameyang is for Gabon. Like, you have this one player who's got all the quality, and you're kind of pinning your hopes on him. So this one's just a bit of a road pick. I think if you're limitless, or you're just trying to wild card, you're just looking for something completely different. Patrick Schick, for me, he's obviously got his goal today for Czech Republic. But yeah, I think for me, he's going to be my third and final differential. But just bear in mind, this one is very much a road pick on that one. So yeah, just to look ahead at match day 3, this is how my team will line up. Like I said, the 3 transfers we brought in Gundogan, we brought in Carvajal, we brought in Yamal. But yeah, we're going to see what happens. Like I said, this game week in particular, there's probably a chance of some teams rotating. The teams are already guaranteed to go through. You're probably looking at possible rotations there, like Germany, Spain. So just bear in mind with your transfers this week, if you are making them, that there is a possibility that certain players will be rotated. Gundogan is another one that I didn't talk about in the previous section, actually, which maybe I should have, who does have a potential of being rotated. Obviously, he's into his 30s now, and playing games every 4 days is a big ask. Now, I know that they are professional footballers and really they should be fit enough to do that. But sometimes if you're going through and you have nothing to play for, it almost begs the question, why would you risk it? But also, to play devil's advocate on that side, it can take momentum out of your run. So we'll see. But just bear that in mind when you're making transfers, that there is a possibility that some players could be rotated this week. But yeah, like I said, this is the team I'm going to be starting with. I'm going to keep Harry Kane for one more week. Now, this was one that I was actually dithering with. Should I keep Kane? Should I take a -8 and get rid of him? Will he start? He obviously got subbed off in England's last game. I'm going to keep him. He is the captain, and I do think Gareth Southgate will continue to persist with him. I think the whole England team as a whole need a shake up. So he was my one that I was sort of contemplating. But yeah, other than that, as you guys can see on screen, this is the team that I'm going to be rolling with. We'll start the captaincy off on Gundogan on the first game week, which is on Monday, I believe it is. No, tell a lie, it's Sunday. It's Sunday. So tomorrow is the start of the third and final match day. So make sure you get your teams locked in tonight. And just remember the deadline will be early at 2 o'clock tomorrow, because they are kicking off with the next round of games and the last round of the group stages. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. FPL, this Euro Fantasy League is actually going quite well. It's a bit of fun, as we're all kind of just waiting for the return of the main FPL. I think we should be back soon. Obviously the Premier League fixtures have been announced. So I don't expect it to be long before we start to see that website get up and running. But for now, it's a little bit of fun, a little bit something different kind of rules. So yes, it's going well. But when we get to the knockout stages, I will do another video breaking down how this is going to work, how the transfers work, and kind of just teams that we should be looking to target for that. But yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a thumbs up and subscribe down below. And I will catch you guys next time.